Okay folks, so clutch pack change on the later model of Suzuki RF900. I was asked by a subscriber to cover that video because I've only got a video for the earlier model, the 94 model. This clutch pack is different. Those are models from 95 onwards, so I'm going to cover this in this short video. There we go. Also, you can check the bearing here for abnormal noises and resistance. That one seems to be really smooth. Spins freely, which is excellent. And now time to remove the plates. So that's the partial, that's a few of them from the pack out. There we go, so the whole clutch pack is removed, and now I'm going to remove two little washers. Alright, so at the end of it you're going to have those two metal washers. The first washer is completely flat and the second washer is a little bit concave. Hopefully you can see this. So the flat washer goes first towards the engine and the second concave washer goes right behind it like that. Okay, so this is the clutch pack, and in the correct order of installation what you're going to do is, once again, you're going to put the flat washer in first. Next you're going to put the concave washer in. And then your actual clutch plates. There's going to be a couple of different plates in this pack. So the first plate is actually a friction plate. This is the first one going in, but notice it's actually a little bit different. Look how the standard plate is a little bit wider and that one is a little bit thinner. So the thin plate is the first one going in there. Okay, now we're reinstalling the metal plate. That one is 1.6 millimeter in thickness. Then the friction plate. Then another steel plate. That's again 1.6 millimeter in thickness. Then the friction plate. And again the steel plate, and that one is also 1.6 millimeter in thickness. Then again the friction plate, and another steel plate, and the friction plate, and another steel plate, and that one actually is 2 millimeter in thickness, so it's a little bit thicker. There's two of those in the pack. Next friction plate goes on. Here we have another 2 millimeter steel plate and another friction plate. another 1.6mm steel plate, followed by another friction plate. So once again, just using the old clutch pack, just to remind you, you're going to have 9 steel plates in total, 2 of them being a little bit thicker, that's 2mm thickness, and 7 of them being a little bit thinner, that's 1.6mm thickness. So again, 9 in total. And then you're going to have 10 friction plates, whereas the first one, notice it's a little bit thinner, so its internal diameter will be a little bit bigger. So you've got 1 of those and then 9 of those. And the standard thickness for the friction plates is from 2.9 up to 3.1mm. So this is what you want. Those are the new plates, around 3mm. Okay, so at that point we can reinstall our pressure plate. Simply goes on like that. And then we go ahead with our clutch springs. And by the way, you can also measure the free length of those springs. They've got a service limit which is 43mm. Anything less than 43mm, they're probably good for the bin. So yeah, I've checked those. Those are actually brand new. I've replaced them not so long ago, so those are good to go. So now we need to torque them up to 12 Newton meters. That's 12. That's 12. That's 12. That's 12. That's 12 Newton meters. Okay, now it's all torqued up to 12 Newton meters. Before you put the clutch cover on, just make sure the operation of the clutch is all correct. So press on the lever. All seems very good. Okay, at that point I can now comfortably reinstall the clutch cover. It's not a bad idea to put some little RTV, the silicone, here and here, which are the places where the bottom and upper crankcases join. That's what Suzuki recommends in their manual. So those 2 little dabs of RTV is what I've just done. If your gasket is a little bit tired, it's obviously a great idea to replace it. In my case, the gasket is absolutely sound. But just in case, I've also put some tiny, very tiny amount of RTV here at the bottom. That is here at the bottom of the clutch cover. Just don't forget about dowel pins. I've got one here and the other one still in the engine. So if you've lost them, make sure you find them and put them in place. And now the clutch cover simply goes back on. Okay, I've got all the bolts in. Now I'm just going to use my electric tool to get them snug. Okay, so now I'm just going to wipe it all off. Okay, so the bike is all assembled and almost ready to go, but there's one little job we still need to do, and that is replenishing of the oil, which we've lost during the procedure. It's not going to be much. It's going to be probably about 3, maybe 400 milliliters. So I'm just going to be looking at this inspection window to make sure I've got adequate level. There we go. So every now and again, you're just going to move the bike so it's vertical. That my level at the window is almost full, which is exactly what we want. And that concludes the job. Thank you very much.